Let me start with something most people will hate to hear. If your life feels financially stuck, it's not because you're lazy, it's not because you're cursed, and it's definitely not because Nigeria is hard. It's because the system you live in was never designed for you to win big. It was designed for you to stay average, not poor, not rich, just average enough to survive and struggle quietly. Now, once you understand this, you will never look at money, work, banks, or even education the same way again. Most people think the system is broken. No, the system is working perfectly. It produces exactly what it was built to produce. Workers, borrowers, consumers, and followers. Not owners, not controllers, not financially independent thinkers. Welcome to BankSmart Academy, your guide to smarter banking. My name is CJ, and here we don't sugarcoat money. We expose how it actually works. And today, we are talking about one of the most uncomfortable: why the system is designed to keep you average. Let's define what average really means. Average is not stupidity. Average is obedience without understanding. The average person works hard but doesn't know where money really comes from. Saves religiously but doesn't understand inflation. Borrows emotionally instead of strategically. Believes salary is security. Thinks wealth comes from effort, not structure. The system doesn't hate you. It just needs you to be predictable. Predictable people are easy to manage. Predictable people take loans without asking questions. Predictable people save money that banks use to multiply wealth for themselves. Predictable people work for decades and retire exhausted. And here's the part nobody says out loud. If everyone understood money deeply, the entire system would collapse. Let's go back to where the problem really starts. School trained you to obey instructions, to meet deadlines, to wait for permissions, to chase certificates. School taught you how to pass exams, but it never taught you how money is created, how banks profit from your ignorance, how inflation quietly steals you every year, how debts can enslave or empower. That is not a mistake, because an educated mind asks questions, and the system doesn't like questions. They don't want thinkers, they want functioning participants. So you graduate knowing Shakespeare, calculus, and biology, but you don't know why banks are richer than their customers, why salary earners struggle more than business owners, why savings alone will never make you wealthy, why the rules change when money reaches a certain level. You were trained to be employable, not powerful. Now let's talk about banks, because this is where the illusion becomes dangerous. Banks present themselves as helpers, as safe places, as protectors of your future. But banks are not your friends. They are institutions designed to extract value. When a bank tells you to save, they are not doing you a favor. They are collecting fuel. Your money does not sleep in a vault. It is used, multiplied, and leveraged. You save 1 million naira. The bank uses that money to lend tens of millions. They earn interests every month, while you earn crumbs once a year. So ask yourself honestly, who is really working for who? The banks understand the money game. You were never taught the rules. That is why the bank building looks bigger than your house. Now let's talk about the most powerful control tool in the system: salary. Yes, salary. Salary is not evil, but salary alone is a trap. Salary gives you enough comfort to stop questioning your life. Once salary enters, rent is waiting, bills are waiting, family expectations are waiting, social pressure is waiting. By the time the money settles, there is nothing left to build freedom. And the system loves this because a salaried person is predictable. Predictable income, predictable spending, predictable debts. Busy people don't study money. Busy people don't challenge systems. Busy people don't build alternatives. The system doesn't want you broke. It wants you busy and distracted. Now, here is another hard truth. The system does not reward hard work. It rewards leverage. Two people can work equally hard. One stays average, the other becomes wealthy. The difference is not efforts. The difference is position. One person trades time for money. The other builds system that trades time for them. But nobody tells you this early because if they did, you wouldn't accept the deal you were given. Let's talk about debts because this is where many people get angry. Debt is not the enemy. Ignorance is. The system teaches you bad debts. Loans for lifestyle, loans for validation, loans to look successful. But it hides good debt. Debt used to acquire assets, debt that creates cash flow, debt that works harder than you do. Why? It's simple. Because financially ignorant borrowers are profitable. Smart borrowers are dangerous. Now, let me say something that will upset a lot of people. Most people stay average by choice, not because they don't work hard, but because they refuse to unlearn. They cling to comfort over growth, familiar struggle over uncomfortable progress, advice from people who are also stuck. The system reinforces this by selling dreams. One day it will be better. Just be patient. Everyone will make it. No, not everyone will make it. The system is selective by design. Here is the quiet part nobody says. Wealth is not democratic. It rewards those who understand rules, timing, and structure. The system promotes noise and distraction, so you don't notice this. Because once you do, you stop chasing motivation and start studying mechanics. Let's bring this home to Nigeria. Inflation rises, prices double, salaries barely move, yet people are told to just save more. Save what? From where? Your savings lose value while sitting still. Your money is punished for being idle, but nobody teaches you how to protect it because an educated population is not easy to control. So how do you stop playing the average game? First, you stop lying to yourself. You accept that hard work alone is not enough. Salary is not security. Savings without strategy is slow poverty. Financial education is not optional. Secondly, you learn how money moves, not how money looks. You study cash flow, leverage, risks, systems, not motivational quotes. And thirdly, you stop worshipping institutions and start using them as tools. Banks are tools, jobs are tools, loans are tools. Tools serve the user and not the other way around. The moment you understand the rules, the illusion breaks. You stop asking yourself, why is life unfair? And start asking, how is the game really played? That's when the average becomes optional. Let me leave you with this. The system will never announce that it is designed to keep you average. It doesn't need to. It only leaves you distracted, busy, and uninformed. But now you've seen behind the curtains. So here's my question to you. Did this video describe your reality If you did, comment yes below and tell me which truths made you uncomfortable, because discomfort is the beginning of awareness.